So just starting off, I kind of want to talk about something that I feel like everyone is talking about in the headlines, and it's Major League Baseball cracking down on foreign substances. I know it's such a complex, nuanced issue, but how would you define the conflict that baseball is facing right now?
It's one of those tough things where, I know some of the guys want it out of the game. They want the even playing field. But at the same time, it's hard to just blanket everything, you can't just govern it all, so it puts them in a tough spot. I know pitchers are really struggling right now trying to get a grip. Baseballs are really slick. I know, you hear guys complaining about that all the time, but they are, especially in the summertime, your hands get to sweating and things like that. You need something to help you grip the ball. So I hope they can just come up with something universal.
Do you think they'd be cracking down as hard as they are if players weren't struggling so much?
Yeah, I think that has something to do with it, but I think, and I don't think that has anything to do with sticky stuff. I think that has to do with just the approach of the game and, the way guys hit now. And this is just an excuse, but, we have to wait and see if it actually makes a difference and we get more action in the game, because right now, watching a baseball game is not fun. Unless you're watching Jacob deGrom strike out the world, there's no action, you know what I'm saying? So we need, some action on the bases, some action during the game. And hopefully this can help that.
Funny enough, you brought up DeGrom. He is going crazy right now. He's got the best ERA in the league. Could possibly win the Cy Young Award for the third time. How do you feel about him? Have you been keeping up with him?
Yeah, it's hard not to. Living here in New York, and it's just funny that he's the best pitcher on the planet. He's the best pitcher in the world. Didn't start pitching to his junior year of college. So me being heavy in youth sports, just lets people know. Stop throwing your kids at 12, 13 years old in all these tournaments every weekend. The best pitcher on the planet didn't start pitching until he's a junior in college, and look at him now. So I'm just happy to see that he's so athletic and he's showing that pitchers can be the best players on the team.
We recently talked to Chipper Jones, and he said guys just don't know how to hit anymore. Do you agree with that?
Getting hits is a skill. Yeah, it is. Guys know how to hit home runs, but guys don't know how to actually get hits. Getting hits is a real skill. So you look at a guy like David Fletcher or Nick Madrigal in Chicago, those guys are skilled players. Now you got to start going, or DJ LeMahieu. You got to start drafting those guys now, where that used to be a requirement to get drafted, to be able to hit. Now you got to go find hitters, which is it's a weird thing. It sounds crazy, but yeah, he's right.
We recently talked to Phillies player Andrew McCutchen, and he mentioned how baseball is becoming this huge financial, investment for young players who really want to take the game seriously. Do you think baseball has become the sport, or is going to become the sport, that's no longer a realistic option for honestly underdeserved communities?
That's what the Players Alliance is here for. Myself, Curtis Granderson, and Edwin Jackson, along with Dee Gordon and Cameron Maben, started the Players Alliance. And that's what we're here to do, is try to help those underprivileged communities, because there are kids playing baseball, and especially in my community, in the Black community. When I was playing, I thought that the sport was dead in my community. It's not. It's 1 million young Black kids playing baseball, and they love the sport, and they're really good. We just need to give them the opportunities. So it's up to us as former players, current players, to be visible in our communities, to throw camps, to help these kids out, to do different things, start AAU, start travel ball teams, start all these different things to help kids get seen and get to the next level, because the kids are out there playing.
Yeah. Karl Nassif just made headlines. I'm sure you saw it. He came out publicly as being gay. You've been playing baseball for 18 some years, for a long time, more than that, I'm sure. But do you think Major League Baseball would be as welcoming if a baseball player had come out the same way that the NFL is approaching the situation?
Yeah, for sure. Especially in today's day, 2021, I think the world's ready for it. I think the sports world's ready for it. Obviously, I'm a big Raiders fan, so I knew who Karl was, and, I was excited to see him be able to live his truth. I think that's what it's all about. Even me, being here, we're here to talk about, alchemies and my relationship with alcohol.com, and, being able to speak about these things, it helps. And he's going to help somebody else. And that's what I'm here to do, is try to help, somebody else is dependent on alcohol. And yeah, I think the baseball world's ready for it. I think the NBA is ready for it. I think everybody's ready for it. It's just up to the person to be comfortable enough to come out.
You're joining us on behalf of My Relationship with Alcohol. Could you talk about your role with this and how you're helping to bring awareness to the disease of alcohol dependence?
Yeah, it was just a perfect partnership, for me to team up with Alchemies and, bring awareness to My Relationship with Alcohol.com. Obviously, I was alcohol dependent, started at 14 years old. I was dependent for 21 years. And, you know, it took me to my mid 30s to be able to reach out and get help. And, you know, launching this website, you know, I think people can go here and see that there are different options for people out there that feel like they're dependent on alcohol. And I think the biggest thing is just making that first step, you know, checking out the website, you know, maybe filling out the questionnaire and just understanding that, you know, for me, I want to break the stigma of rock bottom, you know, and what everybody rock bottom is. You know, some people's rock bottom is, you know, getting a DUI or getting arrested and different things like that. My rock bottom was, you know, not being able to live with, you know, the guilt of, you know, waking up hungover or what I might have did the night before or said to somebody. So there are a lot more people that are out there living, you know, alcohol dependent like I was than, you know, there are out there, you know, getting in trouble and stuff. So I want people to understand that the biggest thing is to just to get help. Come check out the website, fill out the questionnaire, and go from there. But there is help out there for you. And, you know, especially me being a Black man in the Black community, we don't talk about these things ever, you know, alcohol dependency or none of these things. So, you know, I just think it's important for me to bring awareness to my community and to the world, really.
Hey, sports fans, if you want to watch more sports seriously, be sure to check out these clips right here. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see all the great content from us here at USA Today Sports.